Hello everyone! We have been so honored this past year to work with the amazing team at Child Voice to create this video for them.
Here Is Why is a nonprofit that we started with the goal of really shining a light on under-recognized nonprofits and individuals around the world that are working for social change on behalf of those that are marginalized.
We have been so honored to have the chance to work with an incredible organization like Child Voice over this last year. And from the beginning, when we first started working with Conrad and then Kristen, we've just felt really well supported by the team.
One of the values that we have when we go out around the world to make short films like this is to really try to let the stories be told authentically in the voices of those that are experiencing Child Voices services firsthand. And in this film, you're going to meet several different characters, the primary one being Gladys.
We had so much fun filming with Gladys and her son, Emmanuel. She just has the biggest, most boisterous laugh, and she just was very open to the entire filmmaking process and us, kind of explaining little by little why we needed her to do it one more time and how we could do it again. And would wake up, before the sun came up every day to get us to the place that we wanted to shoot the sunrise, and then would just work with us all day long in building the scenes that we wanted to shoot and doing the interviews. And we just have been so thankful with the local team and what they did for us on the ground. Gladys and Mary Sunday were not only subjects of our film, but they also joined in and they really helped us as our crew. They insisted on carrying our gear. They told us that they would say, "Give that to me, I will put it on my head."
We instantly felt shame for how little we were able to carry in comparison. You mentioned that they were amazing crew members, but they also became friends of ours on this project. We spent a lot of hours in vehicles bouncing down Ugandan dirt roads together.
She is such a strong woman with so much poise and so much grace, and you can just see it in her face and in her eyes. And we can't help but just feel really proud of how far she's come, thanks to the wonderful work at Child Voice.
As you watch the film, just keep in mind that in the same way that these women have opened up to share their lives, we really hope that you will join us in sharing their story. This film is only going to be as effective as those of us that get out and use it and share it and show our families and friends and churches. Will you join us and get out the good work of Child Voice to your community and to your circle? Thank you so much tonight for just being a part of this.
We hope you enjoy the film.
Yeah.
Try to imagine that you're a teenage girl. You've just given birth to your first child because you have been exploited, attacked, and raped. All of a sudden, there's gunshots. People are running. You're seeing people die right in front of you. The war breaks out right in your community. Your only option is to run away. So you grab the little that you can and you start running. Keep walking and you keep walking, hoping to find food, hoping to find water, and you're not even sure if you know the way. After walking for days and days, try to imagine you finally get to a place of safety, stumbling into a new country, a new place. You walk into this refugee settlement. You're given some food and some water, and you're handed some poles and some tarps, and you're told to build your new home.
My name is Gladys. I'm from South Sudan. My child's name is Emmanuel. He's very stubborn and I love him.
Gladys' story is just like any one of the millions of refugees that are coming into Uganda.
Relief is absolutely critical in emergency situations to be able to provide the basic supports that people need to survive and to move on.
But now these people have to rebuild their lives. This is where Child Voice comes in.
Child Voice is committed to providing opportunity and hope for children affected by war.
We're focused on children because there's a real lack of resources available for these children, especially adolescent girls. Mvepi Refugee Settlement is one of the largest and most needy resettlement areas in northern Uganda. This is where we first met Gladys, at one of our girl empowerment centers. We noticed that she was someone who really needed more support.
Community-based programs becomes a safe space where kids can come, belong to a group that's bigger than themselves, a place where they can do their homework, have after-school activities, and get the counseling that they need.
Our community-based programs allow us to identify the most vulnerable and traumatized girls. And we invite them to come to our Lakome Center in Gulu, very similar to a boarding school, where they can get more intensive and specialized care.
Upon arrival, Gladys was a very quiet girl. She couldn't express herself. She was always looking fearful.
Girls that have lived through incredible trauma and circumstances related to war and conflict find themselves highly vulnerable, void of any hope at all.
The trauma counseling is incredibly important because it's really difficult to move on until that trauma is dealt with. Learning how to forgive others and forgive yourself is key.
Are you okay? That's good. Tell me how you feel and what other things that you have in. The environment of Lakome Center is really safe for these girls. They're living as one family. They'll develop that trust so that she is able to let go of her past.
We as Child Voice believe so much in the possibilities of what these girls can do. We are building into them and empowering them so that they can take control of their lives. Part of our goal is to get people off of humanitarian aid, to break the cycle of dependency. We're working with war-affected children who had educations that were completely disrupted. Trying to go back to school is virtually impossible for them. We are offering them something that is really much more realistic. The vocational training that we provide is all based around what's going to help these girls the most in terms of getting jobs or starting their own businesses. We offer driving and auto mechanics, knitting, they can make school uniforms. We offer hair salon, catering, which trains girls in food service and cooking, along with business classes and business training.
A Child Voice is waking up these girls so that they achieve a better future.
Graduation day is one of the most exciting days at the Lakome Center. We get to see these girls walk up and accept this graduation certificate that signifies the last 2 years of incredible hard work.
I have seen girls joining Child Voice with nothing from abject poverty. After 2 years, when they graduate from us, I have seen a very big change in these girls.
Kan bedir dana indu lakini ana maindu jalbi Child Voice inde. Ana besi indi suya ani tarakabal fi bet ana kan marif rakabu.
After she graduated, it's been really beautiful to see Gladys thriving back at home.
Gladys is putting what she has learned from Child Voice into use. She has set up a restaurant with some friends of hers from Mvepi.
Running a business and taking care of herself, her child, and her family.
When one of our girls becomes self-reliant, she can feed herself, she can pay school fees, she can do many things.
Over 82% of our girls, when they go home, are now living successfully, providing livelihood, have their children in school. We follow these girls who've been to the Lakome Center for 3 years, and we still have relationships with the very first class.
When you look at the girls who have graduated from us, we are seeing that they are changing the world, they are changing their communities.
Because Child Voice, it have given me more knowledge. I have learned many skills, and then I can now able to help myself. This Child Voice have changed my life.
I am so proud of Gladys. To see where she came from and where she is now, it's mind-blowing.
Uganda is not the only place where conflict was tearing the lives apart of adolescent girls.
We are working in northern Uganda with the post-war communities there. We're also working in northeast Nigeria with victims of the Boko Haram insurgency.
The future of communities and countries in these conflict areas really lies in the hands of the adolescent girls that will become the next generation. If we don't invest in them, we stand the risk of not being able to see change happen, nation building happen, communities restored.
There are dozens of active conflict zones all around the world. Our vision is to be present in every single one of them, bringing restoration and hope to all communities affected by war.
God gave us an opportunity to touch a life. That's what Child Voice is.